Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? As you can see, I'm a bit behind. Oh, what's up, Marcus? Hey, Cisco. Oh, boy. So, overnight inventory was long, right? When inventory's long, it just means that all the trading's above the previous day's close. There was a double top up here or a triple top. That would have been a great short from 50 down. The 50s down to the close. Nice short if you were up and you took it. Hey Raj, what's up? Hey Italian trader, what's going on? So here we have it, inside day. Um, let's see where the bid is. So we're gonna find. I've been lazy. I'm reusing the balance from yesterday because it's an inside day. So we'll be looking for 75.26, which is just down here. Are you? Okay, good. Good stuff, Moran. Hey Dave, how you doing, brother? So we keep going. There's a low right here. Sorry, let me go mark it. So you guys know there will be no streams tomorrow, right? Markets are closed tomorrow. Margins up. Thanks, Raj. I haven't even looked at my email. There's that stop at 29.5. Let's see if we get a reaction at 26 and a quarter. As you can see, I haven't traded at all this morning. My trading software is not open. Better open that up. Long weekend. The long weekend of the summer, Dave. It's the 4th. To be in Gig Harbor, Washington on the 4th. It's the best 4th of July I ever had was in Gig Harbor, Washington. Actually, Fox Island. That was a great time. Nice people. So what we're doing, I'm waiting for this bid to see if we bid 26. Um, it's been a distribution market pretty much all night. You can see I anchor VWAP at the Globex Open. I'm using yesterday's balance or cost basis. I'm being a little lazy, so I'm using yesterday's, and this was actually from yesterday at like 4 in the morning. But these levels worked so nicely, and we're really still inside yesterday's range. Let's see if that 26 works. Let's go dig down on it. You can see that they're front running 26 quarter right now. Otherwise, it would just slice right through. Yeah, Washington State's pretty beautiful. I mean, Cisco, you live in Hawaii, so there's really not much to. But every area of that country is just beautiful. It's yeah, you're pretty spoiled, man. Especially the neighborhood you live in. Now let's see. If I bought this, say I bought 28, right? I think I'm early. I'm gonna put my stop at 26 and three quarter. I'm just long one, and I'm gonna go offer it for sale at 29 and a half and see if I get a print. Okay? I'm seeing that there are sellers at 29. Ooh, I'm out at a half. Ooh, they took me. Huh. That's the actual one time being early worked. Usually what happens is I'll buy the 28s, I'll get stopped out, and then it'll go. But that actual time it worked. Go figure. So the selling's not that heavy. That's what that tells you. You know that? Remember I was talking about course correcting, and we're going to be talking about course correcting until you guys are like blue in the face. It's going to be the highlight of the rest of the year is course correcting. Basically, course correcting means if you take a trade and it doesn't work, how do you use that information to get on track and make money? Most traders, when they get stopped out, get angry. Don't get angry, get informed. Unless you're just like stupidly throwing orders out, your stops are going to tell you, am I too early? Have I misjudged the inventory? Um, you know, is my trade location completely off? Your trade location is usually off because you've misjudged the inventory. You know what I mean? It all fits together, but nobody really puts it together, and nobody really puts it together in a simple way or a clear way or a way that is repeatable that we can follow every day. Just like I have the 5 steps where you go, you look at inventory, you do the balance zone, you watch, you test trade. That way you always have the same methodology when you start the day. Now let's build a methodology so when you're actually in a trade. Have you guys ever been educated on trade management methodology? The actual mechanics of trade management, using situational awareness to understand where you're doing business and why it's going wrong. Has anyone ever taught you guys that? Have you ever even heard of that? They just tell you, stay long as you're uh, over the EMA or whatever, right? But they don't tell you why. So what I'm going to try and attempt to do, I'm going to need your help to do it too. I want input. So we're looking at course correcting. So how do we change or manage our trades when we're inside them? How do we use simple methods to know, okay, this trade's not really going to work that well? Right. So if I was long, say I was still long 28, may I'd bought 3 contracts instead of one. And I sold one at say 29 and a half, and then I went and put another offer at like just 29 and three quarters or 30. I mean 31, right? Because I know there's a seller there, maybe just a little bit under. And then I had my third and fourth contract for sale above 32. So now if it's stalling out, you see, You see how it's stalling out here, right? So had I bought like 4 contracts here, sold one. If this one, if I'm offered, say it's 32 and 3/4 and I'm offered at 32, well, it just printed quarters, so I'm out. But if that execution had not got executed, then I could have sold it here and still booked this profit. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Or had I bought 3 or 4 contracts at 28 and it didn't take out the 31s, right? I'd get rid of all 3 of them over 30, you know? So how do you like pivot? How do you know when to move? Just like in dodgeball, so you don't get hit by the ball, right? Yesterday's levels are working pretty good, Moran. We could say even to the tick. 26 and a quarter. Thank you very much. That tells us the levels are working. It tells us that business has not changed since yesterday. How they did business yesterday is exactly how they're doing it today. There's no change, which is good, right? This way you save yourself a lot of work. You want to save yourself work. I never add to a position, Snowflake. I buy my position, I sell it. It's a very wholesale way of doing business. That's how I was trained. There's always the next trade. That's just me. There are ways to add to a trade. The problem is adding to a trade in a rotational market, it kind of sucks unless you're really quick, right? Like if I was log 28, added at 29, I would have had to been out by 32, right? Now, if I wanted to hold it longer, now we know we have a seller here, right? We have a seller at 33 and change. And then we have that seller up here. So London's going to open in 20 seconds. Let's see what kind of order flow that brings in. You guys won the soccer game yesterday, so you should all be in a good mood. Yes, 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 yes. Football, football. How about that goalie from what was that team? Ghana? That guy was stopping everything at first. I don't know anything about soccer goalies. So I was comparing him to like Ken Dryden and Patrick Roy, the goalies from the Montreal Canadiens. Typical Canadian, I've got to always compare it to hockey. See, if you hadn't sold your 32 inventory, right? If you hadn't sold your 32 inventory, you're kind of struggling now, right? You're competing to sell it at 31. That's the thing about rotation. I like to get in and get out and get paid, right? Because had I added contracts to 29 hoping that it goes to 36, it's just a very retail way of thinking. They train us to buy because they're trying to sell, right? You understand that, right? You guys know why that happens. They train us psychologically to buy. They train us to be buyers. That's why nobody teaches trading and wholesale distribution tactics in school, right? They want us to line up to buy a phone so they can sell us more crap, right? Sorry for the tinfoil hat, but it's the truth. I worked in marketing for years. I still do, right? See, that's why I got business because I was a trader who understood the mechanics of the market, but I also understood how to get people to buy something, right? How to market a stock, right? How to push the buttons. That way you can distribute millions and millions of shares, right? Our brokerage firm was like the McDonald's. You know how they say billions served? We would say billions filled, right? We we sold so much stock out of that little unknown brokerage firm in Vancouver. I mean, you would not believe how much money passed through that tiny little brokerage firm, right? Those aren't singles, but I know what you're thinking, Moran. They are kind of singles, aren't they? But because if you compress the profile like this, there would be no singles. I know what you're thinking. Only because the profile is split up the way it is. But you know what? You're not wrong. Actually, you're very observant because do you see the top of the London period is one tick underneath yesterday's close. There is a seller there, so you're not wrong. It's just in market profile, like quote unquote terms, it's not technically a single print. But the mechanics are still there. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Sorry, folks, on YouTube, if you don't know what I'm talking about, we're we're being very geeky about this little area right here. That's what we're talking about, right? Yeah, don't worry. The mechanics are still the same. There's still a seller here. Like if it were single prints, there'd be a seller, even though these aren't single prints because we technically traded there before. But there is still a seller, and it is yesterday's close. So you're completely 100% right. That's very, very good. See, these are the details that make a difference when you're a trader. Because once her speed gets faster, she's going to short 31, 32, put her stop at 33, and then go put bids down here where that stop is. That is a 100% 2016 old school market profile trade. Before these ranges got insanely huge, we would be able to trade tiny little details off of market profile. But then the ranges got really, really big. So those trades were less and less, right? Yeah, you could see it on the 1 minute as well, right? So, yeah, that's a nice short. That's London correcting inventory lower. Beautiful. Really nice. While we're here, let's go test the low, right? Let's go check out that overnight low. And if not, the look below and fail will be of 26 and a quarter, but I'd give it a bit. Let's see. Can we take out that overnight low? Boy, I'm ready for this weekend. Okay. Remember what we were talking about before? Look at there's a space between the top of that candle and that level. There, do you see it? Those are sell orders. There are sell orders right there. Just the way we used to have it when it would stop here, there were buyers, right? Now they took those sellers. Watch this level and watch the offer. This is like really, really cool. If the sellers see buyers, they will raise price. The next candle opens, the sellers are now you know where the sellers are. Huh? So this way you wouldn't be buying that look below and fail, right? And if you're really on the ball, you can short here and put your stop here. But the moves are really quick. We only went down to 24 for what? 30 seconds. So be careful on the short side. This is what I'm talking about with time, right? Watch the time spent under a level. Now magically we're above it. I wouldn't go long yet. Wait for the next candle to open. That's what I keep saying. Wait for the candle to open and see where the order flow is. The If you watch the candle and you watch the offer and you watch the level, so three things: the candle, the offer, the level, right? You just watch it. Let the next candle open. See, there's that seller. Boom. No reason to go. No reason to go long, right? No reason to go long there. I don't like shorting right into an overnight low, so I'll let the large traders figure this out. Maybe a look below and fail of the overnight low. I could go. As Hall and Oates would say, like I can't go for the long here, right? I can't go for that. So we're dropping in, we're dropping in. We can see that there's sellers have moved down, but it's choppy here. Why is it choppy here? Well, because there's a lot of large traders screwing around here trying to get filled before the market runs back up on them. So there's price competition at the overnight low on the buy side for the time being. Give it a little bit of time because it's a slow market. Margins are increased, so there are less shoppers in Walmart tonight, right? See, it's from a candle perspective, right? The lows are getting higher here. See, oh, here we go. Signs of life. Signs of life, right? You see them? Briefly, we popped. Briefly, we popped it. But that seller at 26 three quarter, they're there. They're there like a bad smell. Come here, little trader, let me feel you, right? Come on, take out the overnight low. Quit making us wait. It's not a murder mystery. Come on. Jeez. This coffee is good. I'm seeing everything this morning. See, that's them front running the 23s, right? They're all trying to buy it under 23, but somebody always jumps the gun and goes, 24, 25, and they all start buying. The sellers will raise price until they hit an area where they have too much product to sell. Okay, there we go. Ooh, print, nice. So you're wondering what to do here. Use the candles to micromanage. This is a map of the city. This is the neighborhood you're in. You can see very clearly the business that's going in. Wait for the next candle. If you're considering a look below and fail, wait. That trade will feel like you're late to the party. But you do know that there are sellers here. Let them sell, right? Let the large traders do business and sort out the order flow at this level. Once they do, it'll either do this or this. Either way, you're not at risk when it's chopping around back and forth, right? Come on, come on. Come to 23. Come on. Oh, sorry, 22 and a half. Come on, just a few more. Come to flavor country. Come on, my friend. Let's go. What I want to know is I want to know what's down here. See, when they poked their head up above 26 and 3/4, one of the sellers went, "Ooh, okay, fresh meat," and just drilled it with a size order. And everybody just backed away. So we went and printed the overnight. Oh, come on, break it. Really? A poor low? You rat bastard. Come on. Quit being weird. There. Be normal. There. Now let's see who comes in the store. All right. Now let's see who comes in the store. Just let the large traders work this out. If you're short, if you were short and you were fast, that's good. I don't know where the hell you bid. Probably 20. See if you can get a 20 fill, 20 flat. And if it keeps selling and it breaks the middle of the zone at 19 and 3/4, then you just look for 16. Just use the levels, right? See how they bid the market before the middle of the next zone? It's just cost basis. This is just 2 times discount. So right now, people are getting a deal, so they're coming in, right? You see the bottom of those two candles are at the same level, and there's a space between the bottom of those two candles and this level. That means there are buy orders here. Same deal. I'd love a look below and fail 75.11 and a half. That would be cool. I'd be willing to wait for that trade. Yeah. Like maybe a look below and fail of 11 and a half, 13. Right now I'm really not that interested. There's the old overnight low. There's the new one. Yeah, we could, Moran. And we're not that far away. Might as well go down, right? Since it was Canada Day yesterday, we could we might as well go, right? As Kim Mitchell would say, might as well go for a soda, right? 75.11. Come on. Take us down. Let's see what's down here. Now, if it accepts back over the overnight low, I wouldn't buy it unless for like quick scalp. I'd wait until we put a position together under 26 and then look for a long. On the short side, if you've got a larger account, you could probably short it down to 11. I would use definitely 23 as your warning. If it starts taking back the 23s, 24s, cut your size. Oh, is it NFP? Yeah, it's non-farm payroll today, right? Hi, hey Ken, how's it going, brother? Man, it's been a long time. We're gonna have to catch up. What interesting part of the world are you in now? Or are you back home? Oh, nice. Okay, we're back over that overnight low. Oh, cool. China must have been fascinating. Ah, it's not the trade I wanted, but that's okay. Now we should see some selling in the 26s as we creep up. Yeah, I've really worked on simplifying my teaching, Ken, since the last time we worked. I really want to streamline it so it's not. I've always, like, for the last 5 years, I've been working on my skill in teaching and finding a way to verbalize stuff and then put an execution method around it that we can standardize because that does a couple of things. Number one, we don't do FOMO and all that crap. The other thing is that if you standardize your execution and it works, then you know when your execution's not working, you know that there is change in the market. That way you can detect change and save money by not just over trading. This way you have awareness of what's going on through your trading. So, like I said, there was a seller at 26. And the candles can get kind of big tonight. But the thing is, um, sorry, had to sneeze. The thing is, the price action is really slow, but not slow enough. I mean, it's not boring slow. You can actually tell a lot if you are if you look at the stuff I was talking about this week and you're putting it into practice, like I hope you are, and you just didn't ignore it. All those videos and everything that I've been talking about, these subtleties, you should be seeing them getting played out on the chart in front of you. I mean, right now there's no trade for you, but if you paid attention to what I was saying this week, there is so much information that's happened in the last 10 minutes that if you don't see it, you need to rewind this and then pay attention. The reason you're not making money when you're trading is you're not paying attention. The reason why you're not paying attention is you don't know what to pay attention to. Because everybody's telling you to look at this, look at that, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to tell you very simply, pay attention to this because this is important mechanically when you're trading. So basically, trading education is like people who have never taken apart a car engine trying to tell you how to put a car engine together. And then a mechanic comes along and says, no, you can't do that. Right? You can't do that. And you're like, oh, right? My videos, oh, that's good. Pay attention to the mechanics. The mechanics are being revealed by the candles, but not in the way that these candle guys have taught you about dojis and emojis and all this crazy stuff. Just look at the top of the candles. They're going lower, right? All that means is the seller has moved their sell order from here to here down to here. Now, if they see buyers, they will raise their sell order up over 25 and see if they can get the buyer to pay 25 and a quarter. But if they can't, they'll lower price. This is so simple and so obvious. It's painful how obvious it is. And what's even more painful is that it's either not being talked about or it's being covered up. Covered up to just take your money. Look, sellers are right there. So had you been long at 22 and you knew there was going to be a seller at 25, why in God's name would you not sell and take the 2 points or 3 points? You have to trade the market that's in front of you, not the market that you wish you had, right? In the dream where you're dating a supermodel and driving a Ferrari, right? That's not the market that you're trading. You're trading a choppy market right now. where the wholesalers are trying to put position together at a low. So you have to understand the mechanics of what's going on. And if you want to trade, trade that. Don't fantasy trade. Does this make sense? The candles are telling you it's back and forth. The structure is telling you this is not a place for you to get cute, right? I used to have this client. I used to call him the Fresh Prince of Azerbaijan. He's like almost 7 feet tall and was highly litigious. He would love to sue people just for fun. And he would say, don't get cute. This is an area where you don't get cute. If you want to trade it, you buy it and you flip it. Or you short it, you put your stop here and you cover. If you want to get cute, if you want to play here. Don't be fantasy this or fantasy that. Right? It's simple and it's obvious. This is the neighbor. This is okay. The map of the city tells you this is a kind of a rough neighborhood, right? If you walk around this neighborhood with $100 bills hanging out of your pocket and flashing a gold Rolex, most probably they're going to roll you and throw you in a dumpster, right? So, and you go, oh yeah, they will. This is where they're going to beat you up and take your money. Stay away from that. Wait till you get to a better neighborhood. Can you guys visualize that? Does that make sense for you? You go into one store, they give you a cappuccino, and the pretty sales girl flirts with you to make you think that you're attractive, so you spend money. The other store you go into, somebody knocks you over the head with a baseball bat, and you wake up with no wallet and a garbage can. Which would you rather be in? Right? One store you're sipping cappuccino, this pretty girl's talking to you, right? And she's laughing at all your bad jokes. It's like a dream. The other store, you wake up and there's rats crawling all over you and your wallet's gone. No, that's no kidneys yet. Everyone's wondering where the hell's JJ from where people wake up with no kidneys. Well, that's Vancouver. When I was growing up, well, I was in Vancouver. I had a buddy, Marcello, and his family owned this Italian clothing store, and it sold a lot of Versace, and it was fancy as hell. And oh my God, they had valet parking. And now I was in there one day talking to him. I'm like, "Hey, Mitch," and I'm playing with this belt, and we're just talking, and he didn't say anything. And then I looked at the price of the belt. The belt was $2,000. I was like, ah, just like my rent for 3 months, 4 months. It was nuts. So yeah, do you want to go to that store? Right? Or do you want to go to that store like in Friday after next? Right? Exactly, Travis. Yeah, I agree. Oh man. Waiting for this new law to be put in is like waiting for a bus at 3 in the morning. Holy cow, it's taking forever. Just let it be. I bet you as soon as the stream ends, it goes to 11. Yeah. You know, COVID was something else, Sperry, because COVID was the first test of the algorithms. Since they started implementing the algos like 3 or 4 years earlier, COVID was the first volatility test of those algos. And boy, they had a lot of tuning to do, fine tuning to do. Man, there were some crazy waves in COVID. And the thing was, COVID was a fast market. I remember after 9/11, electronic trading was there, but it wasn't to the degree that we have now. And oh my God. But it would still take time to put orders in and get them out, and everything was still done kind of manually, right? Market makers would sit in front of what they call a NASDAQ level 3 screen and input the orders manually, and you had to type them in, right? So that was all of that's automated now. Like, 400 traders on the floor gone, all replaced by 3 servers. Amazing. Okay, what are we doing? Let's see if that seller's still there. Hey, well done, Moran. Well done. It's a point more than I've made. I haven't traded in like since we started the session. Let's see. Can we go tickle the 26s? Is this thing clean yet? You can think of all the position under 26. It's kind of like cleaning the carpet, right? This back and forth that we had. You guys call this the W pattern, right? I've heard you guys call it this, right? When it does this. Basically, that is a balance, really. That's all that is, right? That's just the cleaning up of this inventory. So this is, right, liquidating traders coming into wholesale hands, okay, to be redistributed into the retail flow for profit, right? That's all that this is right here. It's not much. So when the position is secured, when they've got all the contracts between 19 and 25, they will go and sell them at first between 27 and 29, and then 29 and say 32. It's a nice business, right? Say you're net long 24, 23 on 500 contracts, and what you do is just sell 10 at every tick or 5 at every tick, you know, put them out there. When the market goes up, you get taken. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, everyone. Thank you. There's your there's that same thing, Moran. You can see where the seller is, right? It's totally at it. I totally see what you're saying, right? Good spot. Okay, folks, thank you so much. We will see you at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Today at 11 o'clock, I will do the execution lab if you guys are still around. You guys still around, right? You're not gone for the weekend? When I was on the other side of business, nobody would even be around today. They'd be gone. Yeah. Alrighty, folks. Have a good one. We will see you this afternoon. Stay out of trouble. Come join us at tradingsyndicate.org. Good stuff. Have a great morning, and we will see you in a bit. Bye for now.